They are now almost the stuff of legend, but decades ago there were a number of politicians and indeed civil servants whose acumen, particularly in fiscal matters, was legendary. Percy Radcliffe was one of those who steered the island out of the doldrums caused by the collapse of the tourism industry into the new-look tax system. The presenter, incidentally, was a fine one, John Clucas.
One of the hazards of planning any current affairs programme is that by their very nature, people and events are unpredictable. An example of this was the emergency debate at last October's Tynwald, sparked off by the Speaker of the House of Keys, Charles Carrouche, who was clearly dissatisfied with the direction in which the government was heading, or as he saw it, Tynwald's lack of direction. The agenda for that Tynwald indicated that members were to hear an important statement by the Chairman of the Finance Board, Percy Radcliffe, MHK. And such statements are normally heard in complete silence, because Tynwald's standing orders debar any subsequent debate. So Mr. Speaker sought the suspension of those standing orders to enable, as the saying goes, a full and frank discussion of views to take place. Needless to say, he wasn't disappointed. Nor were listeners when both Mr. Speaker and Mr. Radcliffe came into the Sunday Opinion studio. Firstly, I asked Percy Radcliffe what had really persuaded him to deliver that economic policy statement only 5 months after he had received Tynwald's unanimous backing for his budget last May.
Well, let me first of all say that I've never been a believer in shutting the stable door after the horse is stolen. And the Finance Board meet regularly. They naturally keep a very close watch on expenditure. We are compelled by statute to budget for a surplus at the budget time. This year our surplus was reckoned to be somewhere around about getting on towards £1,898,000. Just prior to going to Tynwald in October, we realised that a great deal of this £898,000 was already committed. We also realised that the estimated cost of the new supplementary benefits and social security benefits in general were going to cost us an increased £1,912,000. The proposed scheme for increased child benefit starting from April was going to cost us an extra £800,000. Taking all these aspects together, and as I say, we quite regularly meet with the boards, I felt it was appropriate that not only should we meet once a year and sort of meet the boards and tell them exactly what we felt they should do regarding their policy of development, how they should be restricted in their expenditure, but it's more appropriate to meet and tell them at the start of a legislative year. And I thought it was the appropriate time to do it. I'm very pleased they did do it.